approve because everything is there. They have decided to skip that, but their heads were nodding no, but we need to hear that voice. And two, there is an issue that I posted that Honorable Njohi was following up about the letter that was written from the advisory planning office. It was written directly to them or through the county secretary. And did they receive it? Do they have it? If they have it, do they have reservation of not tabling it before? Because during our report writing, is a document that we have it.
Thank you so much. Maybe you respond to those concerns, and then I will go to Honorable Koske, then Kokwa, then Wanjui. Can you respond to the question that maybe you've forgotten or you've answered, we might not have had, so that we proceed from there?
So thank you, Chairman. I did indicate that we have a protocol, Chairman, that for us, any letter that is external, we submit to the county secretary for response. Any letter that goes outside, and any letter that comes from outside, we don't respond directly. We give to the county secretary to respond.
Now, can you confirm that up to this point they have not responded?
Maybe
do you have any information in relation to
we don't have, but you'll allow us, Chairman, we'll find out if it has been responded to. Thank you.
But Chair, because that is scanty, that letter, because we have, from the order, we have the copy. You know, it was prudent for them, though we received this letter, Chair, but we gave it to the county secretary. And because it is a weighty matter, they ought to have followed it up, having approved the map. But the way he's answering, kindly, Chair, though it is for us during report writing, I think there is more question than answer.
And it is very true, Honorable Muya, because also this approval was done February 7th. This letter is dated 12th September 2023. To me, I can say it was reactive after a damage has been done. So that one we shall note it when we shall be taking the report as well. Honorable Kilpat Koske.
What about the other answer? They were nodding with their heads. They have not answered.
I think, Oromoya, we leave that to them. Okay. I think you cannot sort of capture it in the report writing that they nodded their heads. Or whether it meant dismissing or allowing, I don't know. Honorable Kilpat.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. It is good that at times the Bible says it is good to be truthful and very truthful in all that we do. Let me just ask a thing. One, who does the search? Wherever you are given an approval or wherever you are looking, somebody is seeking for approval, do you also do a search, or I usually bring my search? That is one. Two, you said, I think Koech said that they visited the area and they saw something like a road. But did you do any extra? Did you do any due diligence to know if it was a road or not a road? Did you do anything further on that? Two or three, because those are two questions. The moment you will answer that one of such, now I'll try to check on the second set of questions. Third one, CEO, you confirmed that you received the letter. That is a confirmation that you received the letter and you forwarded to CEO. Does it mean that even if a member of public writes you a letter, you will actually indicate as an outsider? Does it mean that even if a member of public writes you a letter? Thank you. No. I'm just trying to let it sink so that they could give us the answers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Honorable Kokwa.
Trying to let it sink.
Then we come to Anjou.
So that they could give us
then Honorable so yes, in that order. Honorable.
Asante sana Chairman. Maneno ambaye nimeshapata hapa ni kwamba kama mimi si wrong, ni kwamba hii RM ilianza kutengenezwa 1998 na 2001 ikawa imekuwa amended, na kulingana na, kwa sababu ninaelewa hii RM
Maybe Honorable Koko, unajua kusema unaelewa?
Kwa sababu ninaelewa.
Just
Waje niseme tu. Mimi sija support executive na sija support wewe. Lakini siniseme tu vile iko. Sasa hii kitu ni kama kusema ilianza kuibiwa hiyo njia 1998. Na ikawa 2001 ilikuwa imeibika, ishaenda na RM ikatoka na waka process hii document zote za kulipia rates, na before wapate hiyo walikuwa washafanya kitu inaitwa amalgamation, ndio namba ingine itoke. Sasa nilikuwa nataka kusema hivi, kusema ukweli, kwa sababu mimi si unajua hata hapa kila mtu akiwa hapa akimaliza hii kazi iko mahali anaenda. Sasa mimi nikimaliza hii kazi saa hii hapa nachukua saa hii experience. Sasa kwa ukweli amalgamation inakubalika, na hiyo wakati ilikuwa town hii itajengeka vizuri kwa wakati huo wakianza, na hii barabara kulikuwa kwa katikati ya films, na kweli pengine ilikuwa barabara na haikuwa kuna chochote ilikuwa inaweza kumzuia kwa wakati huo achukue. Na kwa mfano Kiptakich ilikuwa police station, nusu ya Kiptakich ilikuwa agriculture na ilienda, na ni wakati hizo. Na ningependa niseme hivi, livestock ni hapa nyuma ya task nini hiyo supermarket yenye iko pale nyuma, hiyo shamba yenye iko pale, na bado iko hata hii mpaka manyumba yenye ilikuwa ya livestock. Sasa ndio ninasema hivi, kusema ukweli, tunapochunguza hii kitu na tusipoteze wakati, hii kitu imekuliwa na imekuwa amended kwa RM, na tuangalie, kwa sababu hawa hawakuwa, hawa wote the majority hapa walikuwa watoto wakati hiyo shamba ikienda. Si tuangalie njia ya kusema ni kina nani walikuwa wakati huo na ilikuwaje hiyo public participation yenye our MCA Muya kusema walifanya public participation. Kulingana na mimi nilikuwa councillor on 2003, hakukuwa na negotiation ya public participation ukitaka kuchukua shamba. Na sasa saa hii kuna public participation na shamba haikuchukuliwa kwa wakati ya public participation. Sasa ninataka tuambiane ukweli, sisi kama members wa county assembly tujue kama kuna reverse tunaweza kureverse, tunaweza kutumia njia gani tureverse hiyo shamba irudi ikue barabara. Lakini yani maana ya mimi kuongea mengi kama hii ni kwamba singetaka kujifanya mjinga, na najua hii kitu ishaenda, na ilienda wakati gani, ilienda kabla ya public participation, na ninaendelea kuuliza public participation gani, na siku hiyo hakukuwa na public participation. Na tayari saa hii muna discuss ile njia na mu discuss Kiptakich. Thank you sir. Na tayari saa hii muna discuss ile njia na mu discuss Kiptakich. Thank you sir.
That is all the noting. CEO, somebody comes to your office with a letter and tells you there's a thief outside has stolen something with a letter, and in exchange you intend to ask him, do you have those powers? You imply it's ultra vires. That is, you respond that you don't have those powers to respond to me. If a person sees any wrongdoing done by a public officer, he has all the rights to raise it with the office, whether he has power or not, whether the office of physical planning that is vested in national has power or not. You ought to take it as a caution. And as I said, it's actually a right of any citizen to raise any matter that is actually awkward, but that is done by a public servant. Number two, I did ask a question: if that process can be done, if that process of building that construction can be stopped, pending now determination of this report by the committee. We don't want to go into a situation where we have another Mavoko in Eldoret. And if you don't want to stop those processes, the MCAs, let me say, I can stop that process anytime. I'm just giving this committee the benefit of doubt that it will be done, but I will stop anytime from now. If actually you don't want to stop that process, because you can smell the full smell from far. You can smell. Number three is the I think it's we have noted some of the things that are put by you that are in total contradiction with the national official that was here. The answer to that, Madam Neil, that I posed to you, that if actually a road can be amalgamated, was that if it can be joined together, was that it can never be joined. A road can never be joined by another plot. That was the response. So actually, let me put it before you that you have contradicted each other by statement and by fact. Actually, let me put it before you that you have contradicted each
Honorable Muya.
by statement and by fact.
Thank you. If we were truthful, Chair, I think this engagement ought to have come to an end, but because it seems we are not clear, let us go back and repeat ourselves. We engaged on the issue of amalgamation. And we were also enlightened by our senior about a road which does not have a number. Between amalgamation and giving a road a number, between amalgamation, which come first, and giving a road, though Koech want to sanitize his issue, sorry, maybe, though the director say there was something look like a road, but the truth is there was a service lane which even had Kenya Power electricity, which we can confirm that they had to reroute it. We have water, whether it was having the same plot or wherever there was water from Eldoret. And Wananchi can attest there was a road in between. So can they confirm to me, because we have planners here, the CEO is not the planner, a planner, whether the CEO is in. So when during amalgamation, a road that need to be amalgamated to somebody's plot, so long as, because what I got, it can be amalgamated. I'm live to that fact, Chair, by now, that a road and a plot can be amalgamated. So long as the owner of that plot can give alternative, equal alternative on his or her plot, serving the same purpose. That's what I got from the national office and our office. The road can be changed. So long as the owner can compensate. Now I want, there are three questions in that. Which come first? Amalgamation or giving the road a number? Two, as our planners, because the CEO did say that physical planning was fully devolved, and I would have had, I would like that come from the other CEO, because it is his department. Have they done due diligence that during amalgamation, because they gave us a report and we bought it, have they done due diligence the road
that duly
can
amalgamation, because they gave
be
us a
exchanged
report.
by a plot of the same individual. Have they done that due diligence that ndio hiyo barabara ilibadilishwa na kweli ina serve the same purpose kutokana na shamba lake? Swali la pili, hiyo ni swali moja ambayo iko na maswali mawili matatu. Another question is, Chair, from the PDP that we only have from 1970 or 71,
From
Nikubushwe?
the PDP,
Yes.
we only have
Which showed very few plots before the new RIM that created additional plots and did whatever was done here, including the forest land ambayo walievedi kujibu na wanijibu. Kwa sababu hiyo forest land saa hii tukiangalia RRM yao watanionyesha, Neli nafikiri atatuonyesha. Je, ni shamba vile tunaiona ya forest ama ni maploti za watu? Na kesho tuna haki ya kupeana hao watu ambao wamekatiwa hizo plot wajenge kwa shamba hii ya serikali ya forest. Na mwisho, in the additional plots that were created in that block, hapo tu kulikuwa na shamba yenye iko kwa lami ya juu, service lane yenye director Koecha anasema something look like a road. Kulikuwa na ploti nyingine moja. Unajua nataka kutumia tu maneno, ni rafiki yangu. Kulikuwa tu na kitu ingine, a road and a very open land. Lakini RRM hii yenye naambiwa na senior ilitumika kuiba na ikaiba 1998. Kuna plot ilikreatiwa zingine. Nataka watu eleze because ni macho yetu. We are not assume how you are not being greeted. Greedy. Uni governor na kuuliza hii swali. Hizi plot zilikreatiwa.
assume how you are not being greeted.
Tuambieni kwa hiyo plot ilikreatiwa. The main sewer line ya Eldoret inapita wapi? Kwa hii shamba ilikuwa open na road ilikuwa inapita wapi? Na after creation ya hizo plot hiyo sewage iko kwa plot ya mtu ama kuna, na watu onyeshe kwa map na utupe nafasi watu onyeshe penye hiyo main sewer line yenye imetoka Rifaro imepita wapi kwa hiyo block, watu onyeshe. Na kama planners, what advice are they giving His Excellency the governor?
Thank you. This is the CC who advises the governor.
What advice are they
That
giving
is the CEO's, not the
His
planner.
Excellency?
And I want to thank Honorable Diaz and then back to you.
What advice are
Honorable
they
Diaz,
giving
the CEO's, not the
His
planner.
Excellency?
I want to thank Honorable Diaz.
My honorable other colleagues, honorable members have just talked about what maybe I intended to ask. But up to this point in time, Chair, we have been under this matter since we began. And I want to believe that the department have also done their background check to exploit all options and all whatever nature of things. Just the way Honorable Wanjoy has just put it, if this matter is a very grievous matter that is of public interest currently, would the department confirm to us and give us now the assurance that in the likely event that we even lose that land, are the plots around that area still safe? In case, because maybe the service land was meant to, for various reasons, in case there could be any emerging issues that can be related on the same. Number two, in case our acting chief officer then learns, Nelly, confirmed that this was done by the Commission of Lands, maybe. Can you advise this committee now, issues that were done long time ago that were not done maybe procedurally, so that we find ourselves today in this situation? How can we do? What can we do? What advice can you tell us so that we work as a government for the benefit of the better good of the people, at the same time also we get whatever we want in the right nature? When we went to the field site visit, Also preview of a building that has been built on top of a sewer line. That it is not even a subject of, is it a subject of the matter that we are discussing? But it is adjacent to.
This films area.
Yeah, it is the entire films area that I even felt, Honorable Chair, that after even this matter as discussed, there is need that we do. Even Honorable Muya has highlighted the issue of the other side of the forest land. Is it time for us to go back to the ground, get the right thing, and say now, so that we don't see that there is a problem here? Yet all these others are nonsense also. They are not. They don't have genuine things also, and we are complaining of a service lane, a very small place, and yet we have another very big. What is next in your mind? After this amalgamation, whose land is next? Because we found a very big building under a sewer line now. I know the service lane that we are talking about were just two millimeter pipes that were only entering into this other one, films, but there is the trunk of the sewer line on the front part of the fuel building that is going there. But the manual is inside another building also, if we are also doing right. I don't know whether you have gone to the ground to ascertain some of the things that are going on, so that you also inform this committee, so that we read also from the same. I don't know whether you have gone to the ground to ascertain.
Thank you so much, and I want to believe on what Honorable Diaz she has emphasized. Is not maybe when dealing with this matter of films, we might not stop at that point. There are adjacent plots. The one the forest, the famous forest land. In the effort that is before you, or even RIM, it shows it has been subdivided to several plots. Even next to the block, CJ 6460, there is in the new FR, it shows new plots, which, according to the information that this committee has, it was not there before. Adjacent to the same parcel of land, there is a structure named Tata Stroke Fowl. It is sitting on a main sewer line trunk. And what Eldo has told us is that that was a road reserve then. It was a public land, it was not a private land, it was a government land. Then, since it was a government land, it was easy to allow the waivers to do the major trunk. But that structure, and I want to believe, honorable members, it was built a long time ago, even before the new constitution. It has been there for a while. So there was some element of collusion by the officers of them. So those things are very clear. It's not about that service lane alone. There are a number of issues that are coming up. So maybe, I know the owner might take us to court over this one because he seems to have legal documents. But on the rest, maybe we shall engage one day to lead us through public demand on what to do. And it's good that he's a legal mind. He knows the pros and cons of both approaches. So I want to request that you respond to these issues. But bear in mind, there are other concerns beyond what we are deliberating upon. So I want to give you opportunity to respond on the issues filled by members. But bear in mind, there are other concerns beyond what we are. We shall proceed from there. So I want to give you opportunity to respond on the issues filled by members. Order, I don't know. Honorable Koko, I think you have had your turn. Ingine tena. Order, I don't know.
Chairman, wewe umetaja hizo mashamba zingine zenye zilikuwa open, na nilikuwa nataka kusema hivi juu ya films, hii barabara yenye rock kwenda films, hiyo barabara ndio hapo, hiyo korofa kubwa yenye unaona ni kubwa kwa yote, hiyo ndio ilikuwa njia ya kwenda Azizi kwenda films, na iko na korofa kubwa kabisa hapa juu. Vile unaenda tu mahali ilikuwa petrol station, inaenda ikipita na tayari imejengwa ghorofa kubwa sana.
Imejengwa wakati gani?
Si imejengwa tu juzi, yaani mamiaka hii yenye tukiwa, lakini si ati tukiwa hapa, hiyo regime hiyo ya 98
Tukiwa watoto pia sisi wote.
Pamoja na mimi. Sasa ndio nasema wakati hii ilikuwa inakuliwa hiyo forest na hii barabara na hii ilikuliwa zote safari. Sasa msiangalie ile moja. Nimekubaliana na wewe kama chairman. Wewe umekubaliana kuna tata iko ndani ya siwe. Kuna hii ghorofa iko hapo.
Iko juu ya siwe.
Iko juu ya siwe. Hata mimi niliambiwa niko juu ya siwe, ingawaje nilikuwa kando, lakini nilipomolewa. Lakini wanaogopa hii. Hata Eagles hardware as we are talking. Eagles hardware. Mimi nikiwa kando ninapomolewa, lakini mwenye iko juu ya siwe hapomolewi. Eagles hardware vile unaendanga ndani, iko ndani ya siwe. Lakini haiwezi pomolewa. Gusa uone. Sasa hata hiyo yenye unasema tasta, gusa uone. Asante sana.
Order Honorable Koko. Maybe I think I'm regretting why I had to give you the letter. Because it seems you are preempting what is likely to happen. Yani you are scaring us. You see? Ni kama hakuna kitu mtafanya. But anyway, I think whatever you have said, it is for us to see whether to take it up or not. But he has given some information. But whatever you have said, we are going to consider. Take it up or not. CC and your department kindly respond to the questions raised by members. We are going to consider.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. From the discussion, what is coming out clearly is that there are many more other issues which are might come up on the safety of the public utilities, and from the department, I wish to say that we are going to enact more policies to protect public land and public utilities, and we will work together for us to be able to find a solution on any further issue on the cases of such cases. So we will work together, and we will be going to the ground before any approvals, and we will always consult. So may I give also, through Chair, my team to also say something about it.
So thank you, Chairman. I think there are other technical questions that have been asked that I wanted to give it to my colleagues to respond. So thank you, Chairman. I think there are other technical questions that have been asked that I wanted to give it to my colleagues to respond.
I will start with the DCS issue, where we are having how to handle the current status. I think the body that is going to help us is the National Land Commission currently, because they are the ones entitled to protect the public land on behalf of the county and both the national governments. And they are in a position to link all the land departments that partake in any doing in those lands. And they are in a position to link all the land departments that partake in any doing.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable Chair, I think the issue of the search, there's a question which was asked. Thank you. Who does the search? Usually, we require the developers to submit the application with a search. But we also do a follow-up by doing another search to confirm if actually what was submitted to us is the correct thing. So we are allowed to do that. We work together with the registrar. So that one we usually do. Maybe the issue of amalgamation of a road, I think it has been clarified. Usually a road cannot be amalgamated the way you've said. But in this case, it was amalgamated, but after being allocated a number. I think what actually happened was that an alternative road was given. After being allocated a number. That was what happened. An alternative road was given, and what used to be a road was now given a number. And it is this, that's why I'm not calling it a road, because it had a number.
Point of order, which road was given in return? For an exchange of that? Which specific road? Point of order, which road was given in return?
Maybe, Chair, the issue of the alternative road which was given, I might have to clarify first before I answer that. But what was amalgamated, that's why Mheshimiwa Muya, when he was asking if it was a road or not, the reason why I was not calling it a road is because it had a number. A road doesn't have a number. So what was amalgamated was 2 plots, not a road together with another plot. So what was amalgamated was 2 plots, not a road together with another plot.
Now I have 2 members on the floor, Honorable Koske and Muya. Who has the mic? Koske mic is on red, means on, but proceed.
Thank you, Chair. How I wish we were engaging that way. I stand where you stand, through the Chair, that because the road had been given a number, that's why you are calling it something look like a, because you are planners and we are not. Can you help this committee, through the Chair? Which come first? Amalgamation or giving the number? Because ordinarily, from the expert, the road does not have a number. Can they tell us what, because we are not condemning them. Can they give us a way forward? Where are they finding fault? So that even when we retreat to write a report, we also capture, we are not just going to condemn everybody. We want to give credit where it is due. Can they tell us? Because a road does not have a number and amalgamation is acceptable, what ought to have started before amalgamation? Kindly.
Thank you. And in addition to that, you need also to substantiate further, because it seems you have information on what was that alternative road. I don't understand, but Honorable Gilbert Koske.
Thank you, Chair. Annex 2 is a search, is an official search. Is it the one that you made it yourself or the one that the developer actually brought? Because you said even you will do a search. I hope we could have actually seen 2 searches here and the one that was paid for. And then now we could have said, maybe you did your search and it is this. Then now you can answer the other questions. Tell us if this one is your search or this one is the search that was done by the developer.
Thank you. Over to you. Any other member? No.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe the question which has been asked regarding which one comes first is actually numbering of the plot before any amalgamation is done. That's why we are saying you can never amalgamate a plot and a road.
And again, Moya, we need to know who did that, by the way. You know, Koyach, as you answer, you should actually answer it properly. You know, you are responding as if you are there then, and from the information that you have given us, it is way back to 2001. Now, maybe, I don't know whether you are giving us general information for our consumption, or you are answering reliably in relation to this matter. So kindly, which one comes first? I don't know whether in relation to this, or just as a general practice. Be specific. We are referring to this matter. Be specific on this matter now.
Thank you, Chair. I think I stand guided. I was giving general information regarding the procedure.
In relation to this matter, let me engage you. We are aware as committee that what has to happen first before amalgamating. The specific or the particular parcel of land must have a number. In this case, which one came first and when?
Maybe, Chair, the issue that happened with this specific matter came way before even the county government. And by then, the procedures were totally different with what we have at the moment. So what I'm talking about is what we are guided as physical planners to do at the moment under the Physical and Land Use Planning Act. That one, we cannot amalgamate a road with a plot, and two, it is one plot amalgamated with another one. So for this specific one, it was done way before, and this is, maybe allow me to call it the knowledge that we've investigated just to understand the case, is that it was done then by the Commissioner of Lands.
When was that? Because you said from the information that you are.
It was done between 1998 and 2001. Because
what proves that?
Chair, the document that we have given you, there is an attached copy of the FR, which is dated 2001.
Okay, proceed. Be on mic.
Thank you. Please help us, because you are planners. Though there were other laws, and we have new laws. The big question is, the road does not have a number, ordinarily, then and now. True? Allow me for it to be one or not. True or false?
True.
And you have confirmed to this committee that if there is somebody who gave a number, is the Commissioner of Land. Will this committee be right to say that is the Commissioner of Land that guided kuiba? Nitumia ile jina imetumika na Mheshimiwa Kopwa. Kuanza kuiba hii plot. Will we be right that it is the Commissioner who's initiated what was wrong? Will we be right?
Is that one-on-one, or we can ask?
He can answer, because it's...
Now, Order Honorable Muya, kindly, please, I will not give you one-on-one again. Kindly explain. I think you have understood what is the interest of members.
Yes.
You see? I know there were officers then responsible for different roles and functions. So, do it in a way bearing in mind that there were responsible officers then, so that we can make progress from where we are. Just to proceed as you answer their questions.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, the allocation of numbers is done by the Director of Survey. So what happened to this specific case is that the Director of Survey had to allocate a number to that land. Then it is the Commissioner of Land who will issue ownership documents for that specific piece of land.
Come up again. It is who?
The Director of Survey allocates a number to a given piece of land.
That has no number?
That has no number. It is the Director of Survey who does that. Now, when it goes ahead...
Now, at that point, whether it is a road or not, he has that power to allocate number, Director of Survey.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe according to your own basic understanding and information, can you say it was right for the Director of Survey to allocate number then, bearing in mind that I don't know whether it was a road reserved then, or it was a lane, it was an imagination, I don't know.
Chair, allow me to give it to my co-director.
If you can prove beyond reasonable doubt the use of the lane that you want to be closed, allocation of the number is done by Director of Survey, subject to communication from the Commissioner that you have met all the requirements.
So in this case, we assume the Commissioner wrote to the Director of Survey,
yes,
and the Director of Survey was satisfied then?
Yes.
Based on reasons not known to us?
Yes.
Now, proceed to answer the other question, then I will give the members floor to fill.
Thank you, Chair. I think the other question was regarding approvals on some questionable pieces of land. And
before then, you know, you are taking us through that it is the Director of Survey that allocated the number, and based on advice from the Director of National Land Commission. Now, a number was allocated to this particular piece of land, which is purported to be a road. So can we assume it was done between 1998 and 2001, allocating the number?
Yes.
That led to the application of amalgamation?
Yes.
So we are saying it had a title then, or it was just a number without a title?
Chair, I cannot authoritatively say that because you know that is totally a different department.
Okay.
So it was only what I'm indicating is what I saw when I was doing my due diligence.
Okay.
Yeah, so I cannot
So
confirm
I
that.
think, members, any question in relation to that issue of numbering?
Thank you, Chair, because these are public utility. And if I could remember well, there was something called LATIV at that time. It was like a public participation at that time, if it was true. Could it be possible that the commissioner, because now we are going back, you've helped us so much to survey, and then we got the commissioner of lands. Now we are going back to know where the problem started. Could you please allow us or take us further? Then there's something we want to know there.
Maybe, member, you need to guide them to take us that further. Just give the leads and then they'll be able to respond.
Like now, if maybe the commissioner, out of the advice of the surveyor, maybe there was a public participation was done.
No, it is the commissioner who advises the director of survey that proceed with numbering.
Yes. Now we are going back. We are going from the surveyor because the surveyor is the numbering, is the person who gives the number. Having got an information from the Commissioner of Lands. Now, how will the Commissioner of Lands get the information? It means there is somebody else who gives the information to the
Commissioner of Lands.
Yes.
I think, members, that direction, you want to answer? But according to me, I think on the powers and the function of the Commission of Lands, then we need to know, you see. But I don't know whether they will help us, because maybe, I don't know whether they conducted public participation or not, because Koko said, by then, it was a matter of mutual understanding. I don't think there was an element of public participation, but it is subject of confirmation. But from your side, tell us what do you know or what you understand in relation to this matter, in regard to the questions that they filled.
Okay, through the chair, what I know, for all allocations, for any land allocation was done by the Commission of Land. So it was upon me to do an application to the Commission of Land. I will not say that that is what he did unless we get the application that client specifically applied to them for the allocation of the road.
Very true. Who can do that? Who can help us get the minutes of the public participation in the year 1998, 201? Honorable Boko, it seems you have a lot of information.
When you see any land and you want that land, you can apply through the Commissioner of Lands, and then you will get something which is called approval of the application. So you will receive allotment letter of that.
And I wonder why do you have a lot of information in relation to such matters? You are an institutional memory.
Because that is my professional.
Thank you. Okay, Honorable Muya, the mic, and then Wanjo, you wanted to say something?
Chair,
Muya, and then back to you.
I have this special request, and I hope, Waziri, you are as clean as, let me hope, because you came the other day. You have heard through the chair that apart from this service lane that is under construction, that our committee was made to understand is a plot, though Director Koech saw something like a road. And the chair said there is a lot in relation to that land which was brought by that RIM. waziri, unajua tutaki kuwa condemned through the chair. Mimi hata sina hiyo haja. Why? I'm a very strong Christian. But you have seen this is a matter of public interest that can soil the name of our governor, make it, break it, if chair, because now they have accepted to talk. And we are investigating other people. If we can give them 2-3 days, they go and put their heads together. It is not them who did it. It is not them. I'm exonerating them. At least they bring a report, because they are supposed ordinarily to advise this county government. We are heading to be a city. And every road, every road reserve matters. True or false planners. So that they can advise, na kweli makosa ilifanyika, lakini hii na hii haikutakiwa. So that they can help this committee. Why should we condemn each other? And they have the expertise of putting their heads together. Yes, the wrong was done, but he na he ilitakiwa. Is it possible, Chair?
Maybe, Honorable Muya, your concern is very valid, but I have a reservation over that. That out of the presentation is that most of this monkey business of allocating the number and then approving the amalgamation was done by Director of Survey and then the Commissioner of Land. It is for them to tell us whether you will be able to be in a position to secure the deliberation of that meeting to application for allocation of the number and also application for amalgamation, because Honorable Koko, who is a very serious investor in this town, say that you apply and then you are given what? Honorable Koko, who is I don't know. You are given something, I don't know what, to show that you are being considered. Do you have that capacity to secure the minutes, maybe the minutes of that time, so that we don't give them days and they will not be able to give us.
While the answer that too, umeuliza swali nzuri.
So that we don't give them days and they will not be able to give us.
While the answer that too, director alikuja wakati ambako serikali iliyopita pia haikuwa inajengwa kihorela. Wawe honest. Tumekubaliana kuongea honest. Because tutaki kuharibu kazi ya mtu. Waseme hii kitu. Because I have institution memory. Because tutaki kuharibu kazi. Hata nikiwa councillor. Ilikuja kwa their previous government seeking approval. How did they treat it? Unlike what they treated. Wawe too honest. Kwa their previous government.
You tell us whether that was,
how did they treat it?
Whether an attempt to apply for development was done since, you said since 2010, previous government, you were Cap 265, ama you were Constitution of Kenya 2010, tell us. Has there been any application? Are you aware? Or do you have any information? So some of you are not there.
Thank you so much, Chairman. When this matter came, I tried to interrogate and find out if ever there was any application before, but not any in any records. Thank you so much, Chairman. When this matter came,
thank you. And Director, sema kitu. Tell us.
Chair.
And also members, if we have any evidence to that, kindly, we are requesting as a committee that present it before us. An authenticated application if we have any evidence to that, duly received by the department. Those here. Director, quiet.
Chair, I have not seen, there is no record of any application to our department.
They have denied. So can we give them? That matter is rested and then denied. We don't want to cast aspersion. Now, members. Any questions? That matter is rested.
Chair.
We don't want to cast aspersion.
Chair.
Now, members.
Through the chair.
Any questions? That matter is rested.
Chair.
Can you answer what are you able to get the information?
Through the chair.
From the archives? Nakumbuka kuna wakati ngine tuliweka pesa mingi kwa budget ya kuweka archives. Or it was a library?
Through the chair.
Chair, all those records are with the national government departments.
Now, and we are a government as well. We are a county government.
Chair.
Don't you have a way of getting those documents? Now, and we are a government as well. Can you give any undertaking? Maybe for that one, we give them time. Maybe order Waziri and your team. Maybe on that, we don't want to push things that might not be possible. If in the event, because we are not done with this investigation. Maybe on that. Kindly, can you allow me members to direct that? Maybe in the course of the week. If you are able to secure that, we want it for a report writing. I think that is not a member. If you are not, then we shall rest it at such. Now, I don't know, you've exhausted the questions that have been placed before you? If you are not, then we shall rest it. I don't know, members. Now, I don't know.
There was a question, Chair,
from
through you. Let me put it straight to the CEC lands. There was a question, Chair. Now that you have noticed several irregularities and you are new in this department, could you consider stopping the construction of that place pending the determination of this committee? Is it something that is possible by you?
Okay, thank you so much. I think that you forgot.
Is it something that is possible?
If you have the powers to stop, then you tell us. If you don't have, Honorable Member, it said
the power. They have the power. I'm saying if they are willing to do that, then you know, they have the powers.
First, they need to tell us whether they have powers to stop, and if they don't have,
they stopped one in West Indies, so they have the powers.
Now, answer that. First, they need to tell us whether they have powers to stop, and if they don't have,
they stopped one in West Indies, so they have the powers.
Thank you, Chair. Responding to the question from Honorable Wanjui, it is the department who had given approvals, and now, upon your directive to stop them, then we will do it. But as of now, it is the department who gave the approvals. So upon your directive, then we will do it.
Thank you. And again, as a county, we have a very serious problem here. We give authority and then we revoke. I'm aware of a club called Fax 1000. You yourselves granted the development and subsequent license of liquor and whatever. And then again, due to public outcry, you went and stopped it. They went to court and they obtained orders to restrain you from interfering with that business. So in the same case, I'm seeing such scenario, but I don't know who will take responsibility of that, whether it's the county attorney or who, I don't know. But I think they have answered.
Yes, this is in relation to my earlier findings that place they're constructing a warehouse and they want to sell it to someone, and that someone might be an innocent buyer. If in the event that we find there was several irregularities and that building should come down, an innocent purchaser will have lost his or her money, and because we know that we are investigating this matter, kindly consider it being stopped so that we don't have another Mavoko in Eldoret.
I think they have said clearly that with them, they cannot. But as an assembly with our own ways, because we can do a report to that effect. Otherwise, with them, practically, I've said, there are some clubs they have stopped, clubs have gone to courts.
I want to take from there. I know they have been doing it casually. And now, this issue, they have thrown the ball back to us. I think it is prudent under your leadership, Chair, that this issue, they have pending investigation. I think it is prudent. Pending investigation. The county assembly now write to the department. Pending investigation. That construction temporarily do. The county assembly now write to the department. And then after investigation, they will either be told to proceed or to cease completely. How to give direction on that so that we
thank you for that observation. But again, I have this in mind. that the problem with Kenyans today, there's only teachers. They like rushing to court, and we have seen that. Even us, as an assembly, we are stopped because of a very flimsy reason. I know, we will do a letter to them, and the department will act on that. You would have cushioned yourself from that, saying it's assembly who has said. But you know very well they will go to court the next day and obtain orders stopping assembly. In fact, we shall be doing...
Why are you taking that?
Chair,
No,
are you
I'm
preempting?
allow me to say this. I'm saying this so that we make a decision whether we do a letter, or I can say, let's defer that one. We shall do an housekeeping over that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Because
I stand guided.
some of these
That is
things
the
we
best
say,
way.
let be
So that the
let's
legal
defer
department
that.
can guide us on what we need to do. I
Okay,
think.
so we defer on that one.
We define. Kindly, Chair, before I leave, that's why I went, you saw me. I'm kindly requesting.
How I wish you not leave.
Yes, because I want to attend somebody sick. He was given an appointment at 2, and I have to be there. Chair, kindly, it might be a question that might be seen as if it is not related to this, but this is directly to Waziri. Through the chair, Waziri, you have to CEO. Which CEO is responsible for what and what? Before I ask the next question, kindly. Is responsible for what and what?
Waziri?
Before I ask the next question, kindly. Is responsible for what and what?
Through Chair, the roles for the two CEOs are clearly defined in the executive order, and we have CEO Nathan for lands and physical planning, and CEO Koech for housing and urban development. And the roles are clearly stipulated.
Thank you. Stop there. Through the chair. That's how we vetted your CEOs. Through the chair. But I would like to hear from the CEO Lands and Physical Planning, because we are investigating a matter that relates to both. Since he assumed office, through the chair, what role has he been playing as we vetted him? Because we might malign somebody which is neither here nor there, but would like to hear from them through the chair, so that we can place when we are writing a report, to the right person. Kindly, Chair, if you can give that direction.
Thank you, Honorable Muya, for that. I'm a bit perturbed by the relevance of that question in regard to this matter before us. I
Chair,
don't know.
Maybe
you explain further.
Yeah, I explain further. There is what, when we are arguing in the House, there is what we call usurping powers of what is not entitled for you. We have been going to these offices, but at a point, I overheard the CEO Lands and Physical Planning that physical planning had been taken away from him. But Waziri have just clearly stated, it was gazetted. Who is to do what? Can it come from the horse's mouth, the two CEOs? Who was doing what until we started investigating this matter?
I think on that matter, I'm still wondering, but I will take it up because I think the issue of roles and functions, it is the governor. I don't know.
Please, Chair, let them answer. You know, we are in this county is very small. We interact with these people. Let them answer. Let them answer, please.
Anyway, I will
it
allow them to answer. It might be
seen as if it's irrelevant, but kindly, it is very relevant.
Maybe, as much as I don't understand it is out of what, but see, these are your people who are serving under you, and it is for you to tell us which role, and I don't know whether you have the power to assign the roles, you will tell us who is supposed to do what, though it does not be specific in regard to vetting that we did or not, I don't know. But I think you are here when the member was asking, you have understood the way he has asked, Maybe I've misunderstood myself. Back to you, Waziri.
Through Chair, I will still repeat what I said, that through the executive order, the roles for the two CEOs are clearly stated. That the CEO Nathan has the roles of lands and fiscal planning, and CEO Koech carry out the roles for urban housing and urban development.
Can you explain further so that we understand? And then if need be, give them the answer for themselves, which I know it might not be right.
Thank you, Chair. I think it will be in order for them, for each one to give their roles.
As you answer CEOs, you need to tell us the truth so that we understand this. You know, now it's like you are opening a floor for you to bring your contests here and maybe perhaps the differences, but kindly, we are taking note of every statement that you will make, and also we shall still find out the relevance of that question to this matter that is before us. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm the CEO for Housing and Urban Development, and the roles are very clear from what I was given. Housing matters and urban planning and development. So the details are in the executive order that were given. And it is very clear it has been enumerated and listed. When I was applying for this position, I applied and I was told these are your functions. That was given to me by the county secretary. And there is a list to that effect. But basically and mainly, I have not taken any role for my colleague. I'm just dealing with my role as CEO for housing and urban development.
In that wavelength, can you briefly name a few?
Now, one is housing management and policy. Another one is management of, first of all, is urban planning and management. Another one is housing policy and management of civil servants' houses and all the processes. There is also a very important component called management of building standards and codes. As urban planners, we need to manage building standards because building is concentrated more in towns. So the function that was given to me among the lists is building standards and codes. Among many others, Mr. Chairman, there is a very long list of functions in the department. Thank you.
But anyway, it was your discretion to name them. Pass the mic to your colleague.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm the CEO for Lands and Physical Planning. My roles previously have been under lands. I have two directorates, lands and physical planning. Under lands, I do surveying, I do rates collection and administration. I do also land banking, and also all issues relating to land matters, maybe court issues, second comments from me, from the Office of the Attorney, and also from the investigative agencies. Under physical planning, previously, that role wasn't much clear because it was done under urban development as guided by our CEC. So, these roles maybe policy direction will be given by our CEC. Thank you.
Now, can I go back to the member because
Yes.
It seems you have an information that some of us might not be having.
Yes.
What motivated that question? Because I'm not getting anything out of what
Thank you. If you are keen, the last CEO to talk said that previously the roles of physical planning had been taken by the urban planning. Meaning, there is a very thin line between urban planning and physical planning. Therefore, the CEO who have just last spoken, can he say, what does he refer to last or and now? Has he been handling the physical? Because that's what we vetted him for. If he has not been handling the physical planning aspect, who has been handling? Because physical planning is not urban planning. And if they are getting what I'm getting, there is a very thin line. What is Waziri intending to do? And before she answers, can we go back to the CEO and explain when does he refer to previous and current, and who was handling those services? Thank you.
Thank you so much. As much as we want to get information, and I know we are off the track, but let me remind you something, and I shall give the mic to the CEOs. Under Section 46 of County Government Act 2012, it talks about County Executive Committee to determine organization of the county. The county executive committee shall determine the organization of the county and its various departments, and for the purpose that may establish, continue, and vary any department, and determine the objects and the purpose of the department. B, determine the number and the nature of departments at the decentralized units. Abolish any department and determine or change the name of any department. It goes a very long way. I know that is, when it talks of county executive, it's about the governor. He's the one to determine the functions. So as much as we ask these questions, maybe through you, Waziri, because you are now here on behalf of the governor, and I don't know, we have what we call perpetual succession. We don't care whether you are aware or not. We know you are there as a CC for the department. You will tell us later on. Because some of the questions, it seems there is something that we know that some of us we don't know. And I want to go as by what Honorable Muria said. CEOs, are you comfortable responding to the concerns? I don't want to say Koech or Nathan. If you feel you can respond, have the mic and respond to the concerns of Honorable Muria.
So thank you, Chairman. I think it is still Waziri to respond appropriately, but I wanted to say this, Mheshimiwa, that maybe the confusion that came about and what my colleague is saying previously is there was a restructure of the departments. Previously it was lands and housing, and then it was fiscal planning and urban development. So when it was brought to be housing and urban planning and lands and fiscal planning, it mixed up the functions. So each function, each department went its own functions to the other department because it was crossed like this. Lands and housing previously, and then fiscal planning and urban development. But then it was changed. So I think...
Who? Changed by who?
Of course, the executive order, because when I applied for housing and urban developments. But previously, in the other regime, that put...
Come again, housing and...
Previous regime, the
No,
department...
not that part.
Yes.
What you applied for.
Housing and urban development.
And I can confirm that one. We have an advert from the County Assembly. Mr. Julius Koech applied for housing and urban development. Have you gone to an extent of taking up another department?
Not, Chairman, not at all.
Did we take urban development to be urban planning? You know, I'm not a planner, because it is clear. It was housing and urban
development.
But they have kept on talking about urban planning. Can they be clear? Because there is a thin line. According to me, there is a very thin line. Who is supposed to do what?
Very true, Honorable Muya, and I agree with you. There is a thin line between physical planning and urban development. On what parameters to consider separating this thin line or looking at this thin line with whatever lenses that we have, I think it's forgot to assist here. So continue answering on the same.
Yeah, maybe on that aspect, urban development has a very critical role as a function that is called urban planning. You cannot manage the town, you cannot manage urban development without that bit of urban planning. So one function that we have as a department is urban planning. That is why our director, urban development.
What is the difference between let the planner ask, maybe through the chair? Can they?
Order, Honorable Muya. I want to request, let us not be the ones directing them who to answer what. It's a battery of officers from executive.
It is not a very main question. What is the difference between urban planning and physical planning?
You are perfect, but let's not tell them, let the person answer. But it is for you, under the leadership of Waziri, to choose who to answer. We cannot dictate on that, kindly. Yeah.
I stand guided.
Proceed.
So actually that was the point I was making, because for me I have two directors, one for housing and one director for urban development, who is a physical planner. Because there is an aspect of planning in the urban setting. And that is the roles that I was given. That is what I was given to consume from the roles that was given to me. Thank you, Chairman.
Nathan, kuna kitu ya kupinga, ama kusupport, ama kusema? Please.
Well, I think we'll be guided by our boss, Madam Waziri, on the issue.
But before he give out the mic.
Are you telling him not to give out the mic?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just asking, Chair. When we vetted him for lands and physical planning, and he entered into the office and he found that one function is either taken or it is not there, did he sort from his boss, what are my functions? Did he?
Honorable Moya, I want to agree with your Nathan. You said very well. It depends on
this is a different
boss.
question.
I don't know.
No, this is the new boss, and she was not there. With the previous boss, when he went, because I'm privy to how they came. CEO Koech came before, way before than Nathan.
Order.
Yes.
I want to say, I will not, as a chair, I'm seeing we are taking a direction that might be of no relevance to this committee.
To me, it is very relevant. To me, it is very relevant.
And I'm saying
unless
you
are overruling.
No, I'm saying.
To me, it's irrelevant. And I'm writing my notes.
The relevance of it.
It is very relevant.
Order. Report, but it is
unless you are part of it,
Chair,
but we want them coming from them. Please, let them answer. We are also honorable like you, and sometimes when you perturb us, you know how we can be. Kindly, can you let them answer? Because when he came, Nathan, as we vetted him, he is my CEO. I vetted him as the CEO, lands and physical planning. Did he assume the two works?
Thank you. I think some of us, honorable members, it seems we have information beyond what some of us.
Let him answer.
And if that be the case, we are yet to understand. Madam Waziri, you see, it has attracted a lot of emotions. Kindly, can you get us out of this? Because CEO Kaja has answered, CEO Nathan has answered. Kindly, take up that responsibility and then we rest that matter. So that we cannot be named, we are part of this, that is not right. Get us out of that, because we are their bosses, on behalf of the governor. Please, Madam Waziri. Honorable Kokwa, I've given direction.
Thank you, Chair. As per what Honorable Muya said, that there is a thin line between the two, urban development and fiscal planning, I think it is very clear from the executive order that one CEO Nathan is for lands and physical planning. So the only thing here now is for them, because I'm seeing the functions they've mentioned are cross-cutting, and they need they are clearly defined in the executive order. So the two CEOs need to refer to that executive order and pick their roles, each one clearly from the executive order which they were given.
I don't know whether she has answered satisfactorily or not. Members, for you to determine. Honorable Wanjoy.
Chair, maybe.
Then we come to DS and then we. What is out of order, Honorable DS?
I find the discussion before the floor this afternoon out of order. We are on a very serious matter that we have called a department, and I know the concerns that members are raising are very valid. But I would rather have that we handle that matter in a certain time, so that it can be even communicated in a proper way to this house, that these are the true functions of a certain CEO, and this is it should come directly from the executive, communicating directly to this house, so that honorable members don't get confused that this one is for who, because it is not our responsibility to come and put the two working officers before us and interrogate them because we are not the appointing authority.
Whether it is,
I think she's not done. Are you done?
She's done. And you know, when I'm not satisfied, I'll rest my case once I'm satisfied. The two CEOs are here. And if you could have allowed them to answer that, and that is nothing.
I've not denied them,
Yes,
Honorable
you have denied, technically.
I've given Waziri
No, when
to
you have
determine.
given Waziri, you have technically denied him to answer.
How?
I've just asked,
How,
just
Honorable
listen me.
Muya?
Reasoning is key. My question is, and I want us to rest this. The CEO need to tell us, because he came later than the CEO, Koech. His function that we vetted, I personally vetted him to be CEO, lands and physical planning. Did he assume both function or not? Simple. So that, because mistake is not him, it's not Koech, it is an executive issue. So that we can address as an assembly, if there was that thin line, it need to be addressed. But he need to answer.
Done?
Yes, I'm done.
Thank you so much. And Muya, we are here for the good of the county.
Very good.
And it is good that we respect every procedure. And according to my own observation, and it's good that Honorable DS has highlighted, on their roles and functions, I think it's, we as an assembly, we don't approve. That's what I know. But because it has come as an issue of concern, that there is this aspect of physical planning and the urban development. How can we separate the two? We've said there's a thin line.
I have tried
and we
to
have
be
given
very
them,
tolerant, Chair.
We have
you are
given them
answering me and I didn't want your answer.
order.
I wanted an answer from the CEO, not Koech. A very simple question. When he came or joined county government of Wasingishu, he was vetted as CEO, lands and physical planning. The question is, did he assume the two function? Only that. And if he found that one function was not there, did he address his boss to ask, because we are an assembly and a house of rules?
Thank you so much. Because you have persisted, Nathan, this is your question. Kindly answer. I'm directing that as a chair, not now Waziri or any other person. Kindly answer this question.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Well, initially I directed that question to my boss, Honorable Waziri, but she wasn't there. Anyway, when I came, I got two functions, the functions of lands clearly, but the physical plan wasn't clearly defined. So I had to maybe seek some guidance from Waziri, but I think the new Waziri will sort it out. Thank you.
How did you ask from Waziri? Because government, we talk through correspondence. Did you write him a letter over the same?
Yes.
Can you table that letter?
If given time, but it's there.
Please, Chair, if you allow that letter. Because in government, we don't just talk. You talk through correct, so that we can help the new Waziri to clearly define who is supposed to do what. Because it seems the predecessor failed to do that. It is very clear.
Now, Honorable Muya, are you satisfied?
Please give direction.
No, I just want to know whether you are satisfied
on that
with the
part,
answer.
with the answer, okay. But given time, he can table, because I'll be writing that report on that, over this, because the physical planning part that was amalgamating was supposed to have been handled by him, but he could not have handled, because that function was not clear.
Thank you.
If to you it's not relevant, to me it's very relevant.
But above all, let us not preempt what is going to come. And I want to give Honorable Kokwa.
But kindly give direction on that letter.
Let me call Kokwa, and then
give
I will make a
direction on that
determination.
letter.
So, Honorable Kokwa, have the mic.
Asante sana kwa hii nafasi chairman. Nilikuwa nataka kusema hivi. Sheria za lands, mimi kama member wa lands, si sheria iko pale. Inatakana ijulikane wakati tulikuwa tunafet, tunajua Koech ako kwa upande gani na Nathan ako kwa upande gani. Si kila mtu tu achukue nafasi yake yenye ilikuwa tumemfet. Na ya waziri si ni ya waziri. Sasa badala ya kupishana na maneno yote, nataka kuchukua nafasi hii niseme, kwa sababu waziri wetu wa lands kwa sasa ni mpya. Yeye lazima atafanya reshuffle yake kulingana na vile inatakikana, lakini si aende within the law, afanye reshuffle kulingana na sheria ya Kenya. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. So, you've given your observation over the same. On the issue of the letter that you wrote, I don't know to who, whether to the Waziri, County Secretary, to the Governor, we don't know. I want to direct that if you have that letter, I don't know whether it was a letter of concern, protest letter, a request letter, I don't know. Kindly, we want to direct as a chair that send that letter to this committee, so that as we internalize on how it's going to assist in this report, we have it in our possession. So kindly submit that letter. And I've said, I don't know whether it is a letter of protest, or a letter of complaint, or what, whichever. Because it seems there is a fight within the government of government itself. And it has been escalated to here, which I don't want. And members, let's stick to our roles. Let's not stick to our roles. When we start the business of mobilizing and defending different people, we shall be headed to the wrong direction. I want to request all of us that I know, Chair, but thank you so much. You've met your case, and we wish you well. And I don't know, members, we want to conclude this deliberation. I don't know if there is anything, any concern that it's still within ourselves or not. Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Maybe, Chair, on the matter that we have been handling today, or we have completed. Yeah, maybe for our own consumption, that maybe if the department can share with us the lease years of the said contested. It was a lease.
Honorable Diaz, kindly be audible enough.
Yeah, I wanted to only know that what was the number of years of the lease of the contested issue that we are investigating.
Thank you so much. I want to give direction that on the number of years of the lease, I don't know, is it now block 6460? Are we talking or the entire area? Be specific.
If the department can be free to share even the entire, because it was one block, so that members can have more understanding, so that we can use it to arrive on certain decisions.
Now, on that, I want to give direction that kindly within 1 week, write back to us, telling us the number of years for the leases within that FIMS area. I think that is in order. Because we have said this matter is not about FIMS alone. We have some other interests surrounding the area. Any other concern, honorable members? Honorable Gilbert.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Since you've actually summed up that it's not a matter of films alone. It is a matter that concerns even the county as a whole. Let us also take stock of those public utilities that we still have. And actually, you give us a report on them, because some and more of them are here on, like now, mine of Jeptiret Kipchamo, I have one which is so burning, and I'd wish that they actually act on, maybe that when that time comes. It is good that they give us the report and assessment. Even if anything comes to be approved, please be vigilant.
Thank you, Honorable Caroline Cheron.
Thank you, Chair. I want to believe that you're almost, maybe you're wrapping up, because my...
Of course.
Yeah, I'm asking that because what I wanted to touch on might not necessarily fall on the subject matter for the day, but a general comment. That one, I would like to draw your attention to a matter that was tackled on 16th of October, and basically to applaud the efforts that were made by the CEO for housing and urban planning or urban development, and that is the approach that I felt going forward, if we took it up, would really make huge steps or notable steps. The matter was about an NHC land where an honorable member raised the concern, and through the relevant platforms that are available to us, both the executive and the legislature, it was attended to with the necessary attention, responsiveness, commitment, and even the collaborative approach to which somehow they were able to do a site visit with the said member. And that matter was brought to a conclusive end. So the reason why I'm bringing that to your attention, Chair, is that is actually the approach which personally I feel we should take even on matters that are coming to us, so that we are able to work collaboratively and to be able to have some quick wins as we serve our people. Secondly and lastly, Chair, is to the new CC. Remember, in this house, she was vetted for a certain docket, which she has now been transferred into this particular one. And I think she has met what I would refer as baptism by fire. So my interest is really knowing how best she's going to handle these issues, especially because now, even a matter such as this that we are handling today requires so much. So I'd like, even as you close, and even in our closing remarks, to touch on the newness that she's bringing into this docket and the uniqueness with which it serves the people of this county, and how well she's going to handle the matters that are likely to arise, such as the one we are having on our desk today. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other member? The area MCA.
Thank you, Chair. Well, notably, let us just do the right thing at the right way, following the rules that we have, and in that we will never have any clash between the legislature and the executive. Thank you.
If to avoid fighting on their own. Now, as before I make my final remarks, I want to give the executive to make their final submission, so that I highlight some direction, then we conclude at that point. Waziri.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members for this committee. I wish to also thank you for the discussion, and also apologize for the fighting which has been seen between the two CEOs maybe. But I want also to promise that from here, I will go and ensure that each CEO is well versed with the individual roles, so that they take it from there. So again, I wish also to report that with my newness in this department, I am still in the process of learning what is being done in this department, and I have learned, and right now, what I wish to mention is that I know that quality service delivery is key, and efficiency and transparency is also very important. So right from my desk, I know that there is need for fact-finding when doing any approvals, and there is need for site visit before any approval is done. So I want to assure you, our committee for lands and physical, that we will follow the law, we'll do due diligence all the time to get the facts and to follow the processes according to the law, and to ensure there is fast-tracking of processes so that we will have efficiency in our department. Again, we will also uphold the integrity, the values, that is integrity and justice to all while dealing with cases, because that one will help us to avoid any brutal matters with our communities and our business people. Also, with my newness, I'll ensure that we attract partners. We work with the partners with transparency so that they don't run away, so that they come. And also, we have the flagship projects in our department. We'll ensure to deliver those deliverables in our department as per the performance contract, which we will sign. And above all, is to work as a team in the department, putting my people together, right from the CEOs to the junior staff in the department. I will also be encouraging the department to work collaboratively and with a lot of consultation with our committee members, with also our chair, both of them will always consult. And we are ready for any alert you will give us. We will act with speed. So I wish to say thank you for enabling us to air our issues, and we'll continue working together to serve our people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if I were Waziri, I would have given the junior officers and then you summarize. But I know learning is continuous. I expected that you'll be done, but since we are all learning, the rest of the officers can take over if they have something to make. And Koyech, I would wish if you request directors, if they have something to say, they say before, so that both of you can conclude.
Okay, thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think I'm the only person who's not talked in this session, but mine is to thank you for the direction that you're giving us. We know sometimes we have to consult in most of the issues. This department is dealing with very sensitive issues, and sometimes it erupts, but we really want to appreciate and thank you for firefighting on our behalf. So we want to say thank you very much. We will work with you, and we are here to be guided by you. We work collaboratively so that we ensure that the manifesto of His Excellency the Governor is upheld. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Now, over to you, CEO Koech.
So, thank you so much, Chairman. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the committee for the session that has been The discussions has been very elaborate and fruitful. Chairman, I want to request the committee to trust us that we'll do the right thing. We'll always endeavor to ensure that we follow the law and try to protect the integrity of our offices and that of the government. Chairman, we don't have any fighting in the department, not any that I'm aware of, but we'll try to harmonize a few things that are there so that we work as a team. Thank you so much.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the leadership of the committee and the House for such a session. Well, as part of the support team to my CC, the department, I wish to promise that we'll always adopt Kaizen models of management, whereby we'll improve the service delivery and also do things right. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Waziri, neno la mwisho tu. Ndio protocol ikuwe mzuri.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members of this committee. I would just want to say that we will stand guided by the laws. We will ensure efficiency and quality service delivery in all our activities in the department. And we will always consult the committee. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now I want to hand over to my able co-chair, Honorable Sarah Serem. No. Naomi, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of my chairman, Honorable Moses Kebene, I also want to thank you for coming. And let's always be vigilant as the executive and the committee. Hope all is going to be well. Let's take care of the properties of the people, that's the public utilities, so that in future we'll not fall into this trap. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my co-chair. And now on behalf of the committee, of the Joint Committee of Lands, Physical Planning, Housing and Urban Development, I want to express my sincere appreciation and thanks for honorable members for your objective and deliberate participation in this forum, together with colleagues, with members from executive led by Waziri. I want to say it has been good, and what we were looking for, I think we have obtained information in line with our standing orders that we have powers to invite you to investigate of a matter that is of public interest. And I want to say thank you so much for your commitment, members, and concentration, despite one or two things that is normal, and wish that moving forward we are going to improve from where we didn't perform well, and that is the nature of life. To the executive, thank you so much. And before I conclude, I have the following directives to give as a chair. That one, there is the letter that CEO Nathan wrote. I don't know to who. Iyo barua uliandikia nani? CC. To the CC, kindly avail to the committee through the official procedure, maybe within 14 days. Again, the second directive is to Waziri. There is this contentious issue of roles and functions. You've seen for yourself, we have seen. As much as you are denying there is no contest, we are seeing a smoke, and we are sensing that, and it's not our wish to see that there is infighting while you are serving one boss who is Excellency the Governor, who is the appointing authority. Kindly give us a report on their roles within the next 14 days. And I know you know how to go about that, since you are here on behalf of Governor. We want that communication to be within the Assembly within 14 days, so that we make an informed decision if it is of any relevance to the matter before us. So that one has to be taken. Honorable members, on the issue of the ongoing development, I say that one, we are going to deliberate among ourselves. After we end this session, we allow executive, we welcome you for lunch. Have your lunch. We shall join you later after we are done with our housekeeping. So members, we are going to remain back so that we deliberate on the issue of stopping the development and on how, guided by our legal person, Michelle, so that we know the way forward. Otherwise, I want to say thank you. We wish you well as executive. We know we are all serving the same person, and it's our interest that we work as a team. On the issue of consultation, you have mentioned that, but I want to say that consultation has to be within certain limits. We can't consult on any issue. You have your powers, we have our powers. And we have a point of meeting. Isn't that so? So must emphasize consultation. We approved your nomination, knowing that you are up to task. Maybe on some issues, I'm just saying, consultation is not bad, but it has to be to a certain limit. Because I'm foreseeing, if there will be offer consultation, every CEO and CC will mobilize his team of MCA, preferred MCAs, and then when we have issues, we come and settle it here, which we don't want. Kindly, let's work objectively, and we shall serve our people very well. On that note, honorable members, I want to say, members, we shall remain for a few minutes, and therefore, this session stands adjourned until any other time that has been allocated. So thank you so much, Waziri and your team. You can now leave and have lunch, and you are free to leave at your own pleasure. If you want to enjoy the facilities of the assembly, you are free, but minimize consultation. Thank you so much, and have a blessed afternoon. Order, Caroline. You are part of the executive.